قال الذين كفروا للحق لما جاءهم إن هذا.
When I felt some or experienced some queer feelings or relations, and I knew that this is forbidden, then I wouldn't show it at all.
Abbas has turned his back on Islam to be free. Ata is still religious.
Meine Religion, die gehört auch gewissermaßen zu meiner Identität dazu. Es war etwas, was
My religion, he says, is part of my identity. It is something I grew up with. It would feel strange to say, okay, I quit. And when I say I'm queer, that is also part of my identity. That is also something I cannot quit. Being queer and Muslim, how does this go together? Ata comes from Stuttgart, Abbas from Lebanon. He now lives in Hamburg. His family is religious. His father is a well-known Quran reciter. Abbas has visited a religious school. He hasn't read the Quran for a long time. For this film, he opens it again and starts reciting.
And what is also remarkable in this Quran, that is very poetic. When you read it, it's very poetic. Even the Quran itself says that you have to sing it. When I grew up in an environment where religion is something respected, highly respected, and people will look at you highly and with full respect, then I have to go through it and understand it and see how it works. So maybe I would feel more proud, and also the people would be proud about me.
But then he found out that his religion and his sexuality don't go together. 3 years ago, he came to Hamburg and applied for asylum.
I had different relations with the boys since a very young age, and it seemed very normal to me. But then I was faced and opposed with the judgments. Something tells you that no, you are doing it wrong. It became to a point where I knew that it's serious and it could be really dangerous and risky on me if I would reveal what I am actually feeling.
So would you say that Islam in itself is a homophobic religion?
There is no such a thing floating in the air called religion. Religion is what people believe. This is what gives the religion some certain shape, and so basically the pressure comes from the people, comes from the family, from the society, from the teachers, from the mosques.
Lebanon has a Christian-Muslim government. Sexual relations contradicting the laws of nature are punishable by up to 1 year in prison. In 18 Muslim countries, homosexuality is forbidden by law. In 9 of them, queer men face the death penalty. In Iran, 2 gay men were executed this year. Turkey does not criminalize homosexuality. But 2 years ago, religious leader Ali Abbas said that Islam condemns homosexuality. President Erdogan agreed. Abbas and Erdogan also have some influence on German Muslims. In 2018, they opened the Central Mosque in Cologne. Footnote: many Christians also have a problem with homosexuality. Ata grew up in Stuttgart in a religious Muslim family.
Meine Religion, die gehört auch gewissermaßen zu meiner Identität.
My religion, he says, is part of my identity. Religion can be something that makes you feel stronger. Do you sometimes pray at the mosque?
Naja, es ist schon auch ein bisschen schwierig, weil in manchen Moscheen
That's a bit
Queerfeindlichkeit
difficult.
auch existiert.
There is a certain queer phobia
Deswegen ist es für
existing
mich
in
jetzt
some
nicht
mosques.
so
That's why it
selbstverständlich,
is
dass ich
natural
dann
for me to
überall
go everywhere to
beten
pray.
will.
As a queer person, you don't have a community
Also
automatically.
tatsächlich ist es schon so, dass man als queere Person dann nicht unbedingt eine Community hat.
That does not mean that all Muslims are homophobic, he says. 70% of the Muslims born in Germany say that same-sex marriage should be possible. And, Ata says, there is a certain Muslim phobia in the queer community as well. He is part of the Young Islam Conference, a network against racism. Queer Muslims face discrimination on several levels, he says, and nobody talks about it. That's why we need more visibility.
Und da bedarf es auf jeden Fall an Aufmerksamkeit an erster Stelle und Sichtbarkeit.
Conservative Muslims refer to a story in the Quran which, in their opinion, proves that God hates gay men. It is the story of the prophet Lut and his people. You approach men instead of women, he warns them. God kills the, quote, sinners. Whether this passage is about what we today call homosexuality is highly controversial.
Meiner Meinung nach ist es etwas, was ausgenutzt wird.
In my view, Ata says, this passage is being used by a patriarchy to justify something that is not just. In the Quran, human dignity and human rights are emphasized. The Quran does not say that queers must be oppressed.
Stelle, weil das immer wieder wiederholt wird, explizit, als sozusagen queere Menschen zu unterdrücken.
In July, Ata and a queer group of the Young Islam Conference will march at the Berlin Pride demonstration. It will possibly be the first official queer Muslim group at a German queer pride demonstration. Abbas has turned his back on Islam. He does not know yet whether he can stay in Germany or will have to go back to Lebanon.
I can see the difference on how a normal life, how a life where I am accepted by a society and by the culture to who I am, and I don't have to hide it, I don't have to be shy, or I don't have to be ashamed of anything that I'm doing, and I can be like that openly and in public.